I'm Mark Doolittle, and I'm going to just be asking you a few quick questions today about your experiences and your life at Living Waters. And we have the Mackeys with us. That's Joe and Liesl. And then we also have the Gibsons with us. We have Julianne and Jillian, and then Heather Lawrence is joining us also. My first question, how did you hear about Living Waters Church? Or what was it that brought you to Living Waters Church?
And so we took the recommendations from the Lisa's who recommended you guys. So they had spent several months and really enjoyed just the family and the fellowship and the worship and the messages. And so we took their advice, and the rest they say is history.
I talked to my sister actually, and she grew up as Lindy. It was Lindy Moser at the time, but Lindy Hursty now is a good friend of hers, and she knew there were a bunch of young people at the church, and that's what I was looking for in a new church. So.
Okay. Julianne, Jillian, how did you guys find Living Waters?
We came for the youth group, and she had a great experience here with Joe. I mean, she learned so much in the youth group that I did. I mean, how about you?
Me?
What brought you here? Yep.
Joe.
Yeah, it really was Joe.
It was Joe, and then we started, and then I met Mark through Joe, and then I was like, interesting. And then I was like, let's go to one of the Sunday mornings. And then we came. Mark that day, he didn't say anything.
He didn't prepare us.
He didn't like say, okay, we're going to share the peace. Oh, it gets a little rowdy. It was just like everybody stood up, and we went to a church before that was just like, hello, sit back down.
And other churches we've gone to don't ever even share the peace. So
that was funny.
It was kind of funny then, because every single person said, we're glad you're here. We're so glad you're here. You're so glad you're here. Yes, we're so glad you're here.
And now I say that.
And so I told the kids, okay, this may be a cult. Just be prepared. We may have to just walk out. And it was just, the funny thing about that though is, well, that's one of the things my youngest daughter enjoys the most is sharing the peace. You know, she really does find peace in that, which is awesome. So
well, I was starting to just get really hungry for community. Like I needed a community. I needed a people that I could really, a family. We needed a home. It wasn't just, we weren't just looking for a place to attend. We were looking for a home and a community. I remember meeting Linda the very first Sunday, and I got connection there, and then the Wednesday night parenting group, and that was immediately we found little connections in that, and Evie fell in love with people. I mean, fell in love with Jillian and Kylie and Julianne, and Evie loved going to church. It didn't take long before we would walk up to the door and she would start bouncing and getting excited and running to nursery. And that was the first time I put her in nursery. And so I was also kind of nervous about that. And it went perfectly fine. She was happy. She was at home, and it just felt like home pretty quick.
Yeah. Pastor Mark invited me to what was then the 20s and 30s Bible study group. And I became a part of that regularly. And I've helped out with some other things too.
Living Waters professes to be a mission church. As an outsider coming in, what about the church's ministries appeal to you the most?
Something that did surprise me in a good way was they saw missions being both, foreign, different speaking languages, different continents halfway across the world. But they also see missions as your backyard, across the street, that there wasn't really this push to be, if you're a true missionary, then you have to be, somewhere else in the global world, but it can be here at home.
And you see it with, neighborhood kids, you see it in collecting the change, you see it in updates about different missionaries, you see it, I mean, it seems to be, it's in the DNA. It's there. And even on Wednesday nights, providing the meal, you see some, parents coming in that aren't really a part of the church, or they have connections to the church, but I just think about, we're providing a meal for people once a week at least. They can come and get food, and so it's just everywhere. I see it everywhere in Living Waters.
Yeah, there's been a few things that I've been able to help out with, and like the father-daughter dance, I've been involved with that a couple years, and my parents have come too, so that's fun to help. With the Adams Road concert, that was nice to like be able to invite friends and just have the church community welcoming to them. And just supporting missions with the Guatemala. You don't have to go on the trip to be part of the trip, and I think that's really encouraging. Like, you can bring a suitcase, or you can help load suitcases with things they need. I thought that was really neat to just involve the whole church, whether it's actually going or if you can just participate that way. So
every time we get on Zoom, our cat feels like it's got to be a part of the whole production.
Well, cats are stars.
You're ridiculous.
For me, I do see Living Waters as my church family. I'm not really sure when or how exactly that became definite, but it's just such a welcoming community, and people have come up to me. Like when I first started, Brenda came up to me and she was very friendly, and Pastor Mark invited me to the 20s and 30s Bible study. The Herseys had me sit in the row the first day. So just the inviting, welcoming community and Bible believing church. So
I don't ever have to fight my kids to go to church. They're just really excited to be here. So I'd probably say it was a good 6 months or more, but it definitely was just the fire that was in our whole family, that it's just neat to see.
The elders, reaffirming the elders of the church. And as we were, sitting there watching it, and they all got up and we're up front, and I don't remember if I said it right then or if I said it after, I can't remember, but I told you, I said, you know what I really liked about this is we've only been here for a short time, but I knew the name of every single one of those people up there.
It's like I'm talking to my immediate family when I'm there. It's never like I'm uncomfortable talking to adults or kids or people my age. I feel like God literally, my dad lost his job. That's why we're here. And I feel like that the sole reason we are here and that God did that is so that we could come to this church, because this is like the most important thing in my life and hers and Kai's.
I just thank you all for being a part of this. And I miss y'all. I can't wait till we're all back in the building on Knoxville Avenue again, and we can all see each other and hug each other and smile at each other and do this face to face. That day's coming.